Okay, so this is a monologue from Rare Birds by Adam Szymkowicz. First of all, I feel like just going through that, because again, that was a read through, not like actual performance of it, but I feel like pauses were okay, but I think that only that some of the moments facially will be more, some of the arm movements will be more, but anyway, it was just a read through. So first of all, if you've gone through this on my website, it'll say new monologue, and then the other one is old monologue. That's because I have decided to change my contemporary monologue. I felt as if, even though it was it was a good age, it was 14 and it was upbeat and like jumping around and all of that, I don't think that would be suitable for a drama school audition. And over time and over a lot of thought and deliberation, I came to the conclusion that that wouldn't be a good piece for me, and it wouldn't be beneficial to like my drama school auditions and my monologue rep in general. Even though I still want to do a more energetic one and a more comedic one, which I have ready for my second contemporary monologue, which is it's by the same person. It's a different play, but it's by the same person, and it's a more light-hearted, more comedic monologue, which was my aim with the other one. I just feel like this new one suits me a bit more, and I wanted to do a monologue like this anyway for my second one, so I just decided I'll make this my first one and then my second one will be the comedic one, just because of like in my brain knowing what I picked first and everything. So Rare Birds, this one is good because it shows that more serious side and that more vulnerable side which I got to show in Bull, in Thomas, which I want to be able to portray as a character. My favourite monologue that I ever did was from BU21. It was the character of Graham, and that was a very vulnerable monologue. I didn't want to do that monologue, and I made sure I didn't choose that monologue for a contemporary piece, because I've done it before and I wanted a piece which would challenge me, and a piece where I've not got predetermined movements and predetermined vocal work, so I can keep working on it and I can keep making it better. Instead of having it at that point and always trying to reach that point and not any further. So the piece in itself is about, it's a suicide note that he is saying, and it's to a camera, so if it was a self-tape, I'd be performing it to the camera, or just beyond the camera, but I think it'd work with the context of the monologue itself. If I was doing it with an audience there, I'd be performing it to the audience or to one person in the audience. Yeah, I think it has a variation of pace and pauses, and I can use different vocal expressions. So for example, in the second paragraph, where I go on about everyone at school, all the students, teachers, the principal, this is all your fault, that's where I would become a little bit more animated, and again, that can just show the variety in movements, the variety in characters, which I'd want to show to a drama school. I think this is also a really strong monologue in terms of that, in terms of the connection that you have between the audience, whether that's through the camera or that through the audience, like creating that eye contact with the audience will help. So even though it's a monologue, you can still use the other people, the people on the other end, to convey that same message. So movement wise, it's a bit it's quite held in and quite tense, and the other monologues will show the animated side. That's why it's good for my monologue rep, because this one I can be a bit inside and making jokes, but not for an intention to be funny, which I will do in my other ones. And it's a serious monologue and it's a contemporary monologue, whereas in my other contemporary monologue I want to do a comedic one, and in the classical ones I want to stay in my comfort zone and do something that I'm a lot more used to doing, whereas the contemporary monologues I want to do either side of the spectrum. So yeah, in this one I don't think I mentioned I'm playing the character of Evan, and yeah, long story short, Evan is a 16-year-old boy who wants to kill himself after like lots of thought and everything, and that just goes into this monologue at the end of his life. So yeah.